Fire and Ice. The new Game of Thrones era begins, bigger than House of the Dragon. Good day, lords and ladies of Westeros. Imagine this, dragons soaring once again, banners raised high, kingdoms trembling, and whispers echoing through the halls of power, because the next era of Game of Thrones is officially upon us. Yes, you heard that right. HBO is not just returning to Westeros. They are planning something bigger than House of the Dragon. Something that could redefine the entire saga of Fire and Ice. Before we dive into the wildfire of this brand new revelation, do not forget to subscribe to Westeros Throne and click that bell icon. Stay ahead of the Ravens because trust me, every rumor, leak, and royal betrayal from here on out is going to matter. Now, let's jump straight into the flames. HBO has reportedly been developing a new Game of Thrones project that insiders claim will expand the universe far beyond what House of the Dragon achieved. The working title? Fire and Ice. Yes, that same phrase that started it all. The very heartbeat of George R.R. Martin's original saga. If that does not send a shiver down your spine and a spark into your imagination, nothing will. So, what exactly is Fire and Ice? Well, think of it as the next evolution of Westeros storytelling. Not just another prequel about the Targaryens or a tale about long-dead heroes. This time, HBO reportedly wants to connect every corner of George R.R. Martin's world, from the frozen wall to the blazing deserts of Essos, into one sweeping narrative. A story that merges myth, prophecy, and bloodlines in a way we have not seen before. And get this, it is rumored to feature multiple timelines. That means we could see ancient legends of the First Men and the future of Jon Snow's world after the fall of the Iron Throne, all unfolding together. Imagine watching Bran the Builder lay the foundations of the wall, while Jon Snow, centuries later, faces the crumbling remains of what that wall once meant. Two eras colliding, two destinies intertwined. That is the kind of storytelling that makes even the maesters reach for the good wine. Now, before you raise your goblet and toast to this new age, let's talk tone. Sources close to the production hint that Fire and Ice will be darker, bolder, and far more cinematic than anything we have seen so far. HBO executives reportedly want this to be the definitive return to Thrones, combining the brutal realism of early Game of Thrones with the mythic scale of House of the Dragon. In other words, politics with dragons, but make it apocalyptic. And yes, there's a good reason they're calling this bigger than House of the Dragon. That show brilliantly focused on one bloodline, one civil war, the Dance of the Dragons. But Fire and Ice? This is shaping up to be a continent-spanning epic. We're talking Valyria before the Doom, the North before the Starks, and maybe, just maybe, glimpses into the mysteries of Ass High and the Shadowlands. You know, the places that even dragons fear to fly. Fans are already buzzing about the potential characters. Could we see young Aegon the Conqueror in his prime, uniting the Seven Kingdoms under fire and fury? Or perhaps a reimagined look at Azor Ahai, the mythical hero said to have forged Lightbringer, the sword that burns with the heat of the sun? And here is the kicker. Several leaks suggest the show might explore both legends simultaneously, revealing how the prophecy of Azor Ahai could connect to the bloodlines that shape Westeros thousands of years later. Meaning, every major event, from the Long Night to Daenerys' fiery end, might finally make sense as part of one continuous curse cycle. It is like history repeating itself, but this time with bigger dragons and higher emotional stakes. Speaking of dragons, oh yes, there will be plenty. If House of the Dragon gave us a royal family squabbling over who gets the next flight, Fire and Ice aims to unleash the full mythos of these creatures. Picture it. Dragon lords riding beasts the size of mountains, ancient runes that awaken long-slumbering eggs, and maybe even the truth behind how dragons came to exist in the first place. Forget a mere battle for the Iron Throne. This could be a war for the soul of fire itself. And now, for a quick reality check, where does George R.R. Martin fit in all of this? Well, The man himself recently teased in one of his infamous blog posts that several new Thrones projects are moving forward, some closer to the green light than others. He even mentioned one series that will surprise even longtime readers. Considering the timing, that mysterious lineup could absolutely include Fire and Ice. But here is what makes things interesting. George reportedly insisted that this new show must honor the book's deeper lore. Unlike the final seasons of Game of Thrones, which, let's face it, rushed faster than a dire wolf on caffeine, Fire and Ice will take its time to unravel mysteries we have only read about in whispers. We are talking the children of the forest, the origin of Valyrian steel, and the true nature of the White Walkers. Not just monsters, but victims of an ancient betrayal that shaped the fate of men and gods alike. Now, here comes the juicy transition. Who is behind this potential masterpiece? According to industry chatter, the new creative team includes several heavy-hitting fantasy writers and veteran directors from House of the Dragon. HBO is building what insiders are calling a Thrones Universe Council, essentially a brain trust dedicated to maintaining continuity across all Westeros-related shows. Think Marvel Studios, but with more death, dragons, and backstabbing. That move alone proves HBO means business. They are not just chasing nostalgia. They are crafting a shared Westeros cinematic universe. And if that does not sound both terrifying and thrilling, you have not been paying attention. Now let us talk timeline. While nothing official has been announced, production rumors suggest HBO could start filming Fire and Ice as early as mid-2026, depending on when House of the Dragon Season 3 wraps. Given the success of Hot D, HBO clearly sees an opportunity to keep the momentum alive, and this show might be their grand bridge to the future of Thrones. And honestly, can you blame them? House of the Dragon proved audiences still crave that mix of betrayal, beauty, and brutality. The show consistently ranks among HBO's most-watched series, rivaling even The Last of Us. So why not double down and go for something truly massive? Now, here is a fun analogy. If House of the Dragon is the family drama of Westeros, Fire and Ice might be the mythological blockbuster. Less Succession with dragons, and more biblical end of days with a crown on top. And if the reports are true that the budget will surpass even Game of Thrones Season 8, then expect every frame to look like a painting, assuming, of course. Let us address the fandom reaction. Some fans are ecstatic, saying this is exactly what the universe needs. A bold, fresh narrative unshackled from old grudges. If Fire and Ice can capture that same lightning, that same raw energy that made us care about a Sel's word, a queen, and a bastard in the snow, then we might be witnessing the true rebirth of Westeros. So grab your cloak, polish your sword, and prepare yourself. The winds are changing, and the world of ice and fire is stirring once again. Thank you for watching Westeros Throne. Until next time, remember, power is fleeting, legends are eternal, and winter never really leaves.